What's up, everybody? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. What's up, Antoinette? What's up, Kimmy? I miss you guys. I miss you, Antoinette. Miss you, Kimmy. I haven't seen you guys. Hope to see you on Sunday. Miss you guys. Come on in the room. Come on. What's up, Sid? What's up, Sarah? Come on in the room. What's up, Vivine? How you doing, Vivine? I hope you're feeling better. What's up, James? I hope to see you guys on Sunday. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Begin to tag, share, and like. Tag, share, and like. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Tag, share, and like. I'm trying to bring up my Instagram now. Tag, share, and like. Let others know that we are on the air. Tag, share, and like. Oh, what am I doing? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I got a very good word today. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow for prayer and prophecy. My schedule is like open. So come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on. Begin to like, share, and tag. Like, share, and tag. Let me go live on Instagram. Like, share, and tag if you can and you will. I want to talk about today, strategy to win. I want to give you some pointers on strategy to win. Like, share, and tag. Like, share, and tag. Let everybody know that we're on the air. If you don't see somebody on, tag them. Let them know we're on. Like, share, and tag. I want to talk about today strategies to win. You need strategies to win. Who know when God created us, he created some winners. When God created us, he didn't create punks. He didn't create us to quit. He didn't create us to throw the towel in. He has given us the power to have strategy. I want to welcome those that are on Instagram, those that are on YouTube. Begin to tag, share, and like. Let others know that we're on the air. Tag, share, and like. Don't forget, I'm going to try to come on tomorrow for prophecy at 7:30. Thursday prophecy at 7:30. But I'm going to go on TikTok for that. I'm going to go on TikTok on tomorrow. TikTok. So if you're not signed up for TikTok, make sure you are signed up for TikTok. If you're not, make sure you are signed up. Begin to tag, share, and like. I want to give you some strategies on how to win. Strategies on how to win. Yes, God created us to be winners. Let's talk about today. We talked about all this month, which is Sunday going to be the closeout month about winning. Have you ever won some battles before? I mean, really won some battles before? He said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers in high places, right? So if you think about some situations you've been into your life, you have to have the strategy to win. You just don't win like that. You have to have strategy. You know, I talked about a lot about David. I believe David had the strategy to beat Goliath. He had the strategy to win. He had the know-how. He know how to pull it off. Somebody said pull it off. He knew how to pull it off. Let's go look at that in 1 Samuel 17:37. Let's dissect his strategy that he did to be able to win. What's up, Tiana? Strategy to be able to win. Guys, I got something cooking up. Oh my God. Rejoice. Stay in prayer, Please. We're this close to the breakthrough that we need. So I need you to be able to make sure you're praying all this week. I'm believing God to do something special. Let me say this again. I'm believing God to do something special. There's something cooking in the pot. You ever hear when your grandma say, I don't know about you, I love chicken soup. So my mom used to make good chicken soup. She would put that corn in there. She'll put that season in there. She'll put that carrot in there. So listen, I got something cooking up, Rejoice. I'm believing God for this, and I need you to pray with me. You're going to pass out, Rejoice. You're going to little be faint when this blessing unfold. You're going to be like, Pastor, listen, I'm numb, but I can't tell it yet. But I'm even numb as a pastor. I'm like, Lord, if you can just do this. Oh, if he could just do that. Somebody say it with me. If he could just do this. So I got something cooking in the pot. Whoa, let me shout right now. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and but the evidence of things not seen. I want to talk about strategy to win. Strategy to win. We need strategy to win. Every fight you fight, you need strategy to win. That's right, Sin. Do it, Lord. I need everybody on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and say, do it, Lord. Do it, Lord. Say, Pastor, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm touching and agree with you. Do it, Lord. This blessing gonna make you faint. Let me say this again. Let me say this again. This blessing is gonna make you faint, right? So we're praying. Somebody say, do it, Lord. Do it, Lord. Do it, Lord. Do it, Lord. God know how to knock us out of our socks. He knock you so bad, you be like, oh my God. You hear me, guys? Oh God, I'm numb with this. I'm numb. This blessing is so thick. I'm numb behind it. You know, but sometimes when God is doing something, you become numb. You be like, oh my God, is this what it was all about? Was this suffering for this price right here? I'm excited. I'm excited. Say it again, Rejoice. Do it, Lord. Do it, Lord. Do it, Lord. One thing I love about David had the faith in God. His faith laid his foundation to win. Let me say this again. His faith laid his foundation to win. In order for you to win, strategy to win, you got to go in the ring with your faith. 1 Samuel 17:37 says this, and David said, the Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of the Philistine. And Saul said to David, go and the Lord will be with you. You see what he did? He said, and the Lord who delivered me from the paw lion, from the bear will deliver me. In other words, the same God that did it before, the same God that brought you out, the same God that when you went through situations in your life, David said, and he stood on his faith. He said, wait a minute, I've seen this before. I fought lions and bears, and God brought me out. David stood on his faith or what he believed. He said, wait a minute, I see this big old Goliath, but the same God that brought me out before is the same God that's going to bring me out now. David had confidence. It was not in himself. He had confidence in God. Listen, sometimes you can lose yourself in your faith, but you got to have the faith in God. Your confidence got to be in God. Faith gave him the boldness while he was able to overcome because he trampled over them with his faith. If you take away your true victory, you have to start with trusting God's power, not your own strength. Let me say this again. Trust in God's power, not your own strength. Somebody say it with me. Trust in God's power, not your own strength. We talked about this on Sunday. David knew he didn't lose heart. David stood on God. Sometimes you can't lose heart. We talked about that on Sunday. It said 1 Samuel 17:32. And David said to Saul, let no man heart fail because of him. Your servant will go and fight with him. Your servant will go and fight with him. In other words, when David stepped out in courage. Listen, Sunday, when I christened that baby, she turned 5 years old yesterday. She turned 5-year-old yesterday. She was born 1 pound, 1 ounces, and was born 25 weeks. 5 years later, at her christening, there was people in that audience told her to get rid of that baby. There was some people that told her that don't do it. The doctors told her and people told her. And she stood on her faith. She said, wait a minute. I'm standing on what God said. I've got a promise no matter what my condition looked like. David looked at it too. No matter what his situation looked at with Goliath, he stood on the promises of God. And that's what I love about that young woman on Sunday. She stood on the promises of God. Giants fall away when someone is willing to step out to take courage. Let me say this again. Giants will fall away when someone is willing to step out to take courage. Sometimes you may have giants in your life. David was looking at the giant in his life. And what happened is when David stepped out for courage, rest of the giants fell away. And that's what God does with us. When we step out and we take courage in God, that's before you will begin to fall away because you took courage. David had strategies of wisdom to win. You got to have strategies of wisdom to win. Somebody say strategies of wisdom to win. Courage, like I said on Sunday, is not an absence of fear, but it's the moving forward despite fear. I'm moving forward despite fear. Rejoice, I need you to pray this week because we're taking courage. We're stepping out. We're trusting God. We're believing God. What I saw is going to blow your mind. If this blessing comes through, you're going to be like, Pastor, I got to talk about it because I can't even hold it. I ain't going to say what it is, but I got to talk about it because it's so thick. I'm numb. You ever see, I remember the house that I lived in, I got numb behind it. You ever see some blessings that is so thick that you got numb behind it? God made you numb because you be like, God, can you do this like this? You mean to tell me you can do it like this? Yes, if God gives you the strategy to win, and God would give us strategy to win. He would give us strategy with wisdom to how to win the battle. Let's look at that in Samuel. Let's look at that in Samuel 17, 39 and 40. The Bible reads this. The Bible reads this. And David strapped his sword over his armor. He tried in vain to go, for he had not tested them. Then David said to Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not tested them. He said, so David put them off. Verse 40. Then he took his staff in his hand and chose the 5 small stones for the brook and put them in his shepherd's pouch. His sling was in his hand and he approached the Philistine. David said, wait a minute. I'm not going to take what you have because I have no experience in that. I'm going to hold on what I'm used to fighting in my hand. He did not fight like everyone expected him. And that's a lot of time too. When you got strategy to win, sometimes your fight is not going to be designed like everybody else. Your strategy may not be like everybody else. David had his own strategy to win. He did not fight like everyone else did, not how they wanted him to fight. David said, wait a minute, I'm going to fight with my 5 stones that I have. I'm going to go in the battleground with my strategy to win. Be careful when you're on the winning side that people are dictating to you how to win. People are dictating to you what God is saying to you. So David used the skill that God have already trained him in as a shepherd. He didn't use nothing new. He used what he already had. Sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot to win. Sometimes you just got to use the strategy that God gives you to win. How he tells you to do it. The blueprint how he tells you. Don't fight battles with someone else's tools. Use what God has given you. This is what I learned through storms and through valleys and through floods. Don't judge yourself in the way other people do it. Don't judge the way you see other people doing things. You'll be fooled and you'll be tricked. David shows us that example. David had a strategy to win. He used his strategy. He used his strategy. He didn't use the tools that they expect him to use. Don't all the time think you got to do it the same way to win. Sometimes God will take you B, C, and D and bring you back to A again because the strategy he has given you is different. So what happened is David's strategy was skill developed through his past experience. So a lot of time we go through things in life because God is building strategies. God is building strategies through past experiences to teach you blueprint. Let me say this again. God will use past experiences to give you strategy for the blueprint. Let's look at that with David. David had the strategy in 1 Samuel 17, 34 and 35. But David said to Saul, your servant used to keep sheep for his father. Look what he said. He's talking about his past experience that he used for the strategy for his present future. But David said to Saul, your servant used to keep sheep for his father. And when there came a lion or a bear and took a lamb from the flock, I went after him and struck him and delivered him out of his mouth. And if he rose against me, I caught him by his beard and struck him and killed him. In other words, his past victory prepared him for the greater one, what God is getting ready to do in his life. Small battles build faith for bigger challenges. Let me say this again. Small battles build faith for bigger challenges. So sometime God would have you to go through certain battles to prepare you, to give you strategies to win. Your past trials are your training ground for total giants. You never knew you can conquer a giant until your past, present, and your past experience said, wait a minute. That's what David did. David said, wait a minute. I used to keep sheep for the father. And I used to deal with lions and bears. And I took my stone and I killed the lions and the bear with my stone. So if I can kill lions and bear with my stone, I can also kill Goliath. Like I said, your past trials are training ground for today giants. Don't be despair. Don't be discouraged. Because you're looking at your trial, but you're not looking at your experience that you're gaining through your trial. You got to stay focused on your strategy to win. And then David did certain things. David uses his skill from his past for his present experience. What else David did? David's strategy in his wisdom gained the wisdom how to battle to win. What else David did? David took courage to step forward. What else David did? David had faith in God's foundation. He stood on the foundation of God. He didn't stand on his emotion. He didn't stand on his feeling. He stood on his faith with God. He did not fight. Handele lakaya. Robobo sheterananabasia. He kondo roboboko sheterananaha. Oh, Ramandelele kaseteranana mahaya. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. Oh, Ramandelele kaya robokosaya. David said in 1 Samuel 17:45. Then David said to the Philistine, you come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, who I've defiled. David declared, David spoke in victory as he saw it. His words inspired faith and shifted his focus onto God. You got to watch what you're saying in your present moment. Let me say this again. You got to watch what you're saying in your present moment. In your strategy to win, you don't need no negativity around you. You don't need no people speaking negative. You need to, David spoke victory. David said, you come to me with a sword and with a spear and a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the army of Israel, who I defy. David declared that he's already won. David already spoke against the giant. He didn't feed off of what he saw. He didn't feed off, he got javelins on. He's this tall. Oh, he got all these weapons on, all this armor on, and all I got is 5 smooth stones. No, David spoke his victory. You got to watch the word you speak when you are in strategy to win. Don't let people speak negative in your spirit. Negativity have no room in the ring with you. When you are on the winning side, you need to dissect every negative spirit. You need to demolish every negativity that come against the knowledge of God. David defeated Goliath not because he was stronger, but because he combined his faith, he combined his courage, he combined his strategy, he combined his skills, he combined his words of faith. David had a strategy to win. David stepped out in faith. He stood in courage. He stood with his strategy. He's used his experience from his past. He's used his skills from his past experience and his words. When we face giants, these same skills are grounded in God's strength, will help us to overcome. Let me say this again, will help us to overcome. My question to you today, what is your strategy to win? What are you doing to win? What are you feeding off of? What are you believing in? Are you taking courage? Oh, lande soto randere de pocosa. The Bible said our testimony is our strength. What you go through is your testimony. Your testimony ain't supposed to defeat you. Your testimony is a witness that God brought you through. And if God did it before, he'll do it again. Oh, Ramanda. Roko Shatara. Hiranana Masaya. Derete Pokosaya. Hirorobokosaya. Randele de Pokosa. I'll be on tomorrow for prayer and prophecy at 7:30. I will be on tomorrow. I don't have no class tomorrow. Usually a lot of time I can't come on Thursday anymore because I'm in school and I have a lot of my lectures on Thursday. So that's why I can't come on. But tomorrow I will be on tomorrow at 7:30. I'm going to be on TikTok Live as well as Facebook Live. Join me, meet me, and beat me there tomorrow. Strategy to win. What do you need the strategy to win? Let's go over it one more time. Your faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and for the evidence of things not seen. Number 2, courage. You'll take courage to win. Number 3, strategy. You gain the strategy from your past experience. You gain strategy and develop the skills from your past experience. And the words of faith, you're declaring it, you speaking it, you commanding it, you calling those things that are not as they were. You're speaking it now. Horamandelelekaya, rotoramandelelekaseteraba, hirobosaya. 1 Samuel 17 and 47. And the Bible said, and all these assemblies may know that the Lord saves not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into your hand. He will give it to you into your hand. In other words, what I need, he's going to give it to me in my hand. Whatever I call forth, he's going to give it to me in my hand. So don't get discouraged through your trials and your tribulation. God is building strategies for you to gain, to be able to win the battle. Rejoice, I need you to be praying. There's something cooking in the pot. Oh my God. When I tell you this blessing is off the chain, I don't even know. I can't even sleep. Be praying, guys. Be praying, guys. The blessing is so thick, your pastor can't even sleep. I'm like, Lord, give me the strategy to win. Give us the strategy to win. Give us the strategy to win. Okay, my time is up. I will be on tomorrow for prayer and prophecy. Guarantee you, I'm not canceling out. I will be on tomorrow for prayer and prophecy. I have no class. Tell a neighbor, tell your friend, tag people, tell them pastor will be on. I haven't been on for a while. I will be on there on TikTok. I'm going to be on TikTok, on Facebook for prayer and prophecy. Amen. Everybody, if you can and you will, get a $22.50 seed in your hand. If you can and you will. Rejoice. I need you praying, Rejoice. I need you praying, Rejoice. I don't know, Rejoice. This might be it. I need you praying, Rejoice. Everybody, if you can and you will, get a $22.50 seed in your hand. The Bible said give those that are on YouTube right now, those that are on Facebook, those that are on Instagram. The Bible said give and it shall be given. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, and men shall give into your bosom. If you can and you will, if you could look on the top of the screen, you can cash out $ rejoice in the word ATL. Or you can zell us at info@rejoice in the word. At least 9 of you, Sarah and Cynthia. Come on, y'all. At least 9 more people. Come on, touch and agree with Pastor today. Zell at info@rejoiceintheword.org. Or you could go to our website at www.rejoiceintheword2250 and name your seed and call it out. Tell us thank you. Call it out. Call it out. Call it out. And then when you put down that seed, I can't tell you yet, but boy, I'm numb. You know when Pastor she get numb, right? Y'all know what my numbness is, right? You know when my blessing is big, I call it the numbness. When I first came in this house that I bought 25 years ago, I was numb. My house that I bought in Inglewood, New Jersey, I was numb. Certain blessing, I was numb to. And I'm telling you to rejoice. God do this, I'm going to be numb. Amen. So make sure you're praying. Join me tomorrow. So we got Cynthia, we got Catellas. How many other people is going to help Pastor out? It's at least 6 of you online. Say, I'm going to plant $22.50. Given it shall be given. Those are on YouTube looking for a breakthrough. Looking for God to do exceeding. I pray for that seed that you're giving right now, that God should bless it back 100-fold, 60-fold. In the seed is where you find your blessing. Thank you, Ethel. Ethel, this blessing, Ethel, oh my God. I can't talk about it yet. I can't talk about it yet. Latina, I can't talk about it yet. Latina, oh my, God just literally blew my mind yesterday. He blew my mind yesterday. And I'm still numb. I'm just waiting for my breakthrough. That's it. I'm just waiting for my break. But he blew past the mind yesterday. He blew my mind. When I said he have done exceedingly above all that I can ask or think, I can't even describe it. I'm too numb. I'm too numb. I'm numb, guys. Your pastor is numb. Somebody, I need everybody on this line to say it with me. Do it, Lord. I need you to declare it today. Do it, Lord. Rejoice. This blessing is so big. It's it's gonna knock your socks off. Antoinette, thank you. Thank you, Ethel. This blessing is so big, rejoice. And I bind every weapon that's formed against us. That's why I'm not saying what it is. I told you I'm holding it. I ain't telling my blessings no more. I ain't telling it no more. Say, do it, Lord, because sometimes you got haters out there. But we ain't focused about haters. We're focused on the blessing, right? Rejoice. We're focused on the blessing. But my God, your pastor been numb since yesterday, and she can't even sleep. This is how thick this is. She can't even go to bed. So I love you guys so much. Just keep us in your prayer. Don't forget, I'm going to be on tomorrow for prayer and prophecy at 7:30. And then on TikTok. James, I don't know if you're on. I don't know if Kayla's on. Cynthia on. Put on our TikTok page. Because I'm going to start doing prayer and prophecy on TikTok. So go on our TikTok page. Go on our TikTok page. That's right, Mika. Do it, Lord. Go. Make sure you sign up for TikTok. Make sure you sign up for TikTok because I'm going to have a TikTok flyer up on tonight. So you can make sure you go on TikTok tomorrow when we're going to do prayer and prophecy. I'm really going to be focused on TikTok with prayer and prophecy. I'm moving over to that venue on TikTok. I love you guys. Keep us in your prayer. I'm numb. Peace out. Say, God, do it. Love you guys. Peace out. See you tomorrow for prayer and prophecy.